Over the end line.
Here we go, set. 60 outlaw.
Big stop.
61, matchbox light.
Undercut.
Let go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Bomber, 22 Jet Bomber.
Jim.
Hey, exit. Speed grip.
Second and 5. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 7 yards there and a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Hey, zoom.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Hey.
Mike 57. I'm here all day.
5.
Throwing again. Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
60 or General West.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check hot route. Hot.
Get it.
Off play action. Herbert. And the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Blue 80.
42 the mic.
You're good. Let's do it. Ready. Hey, kill. Select.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the curl. Run. Five. Who that?
Mike's 4-2.
Here's Breeze to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Hey, Steve 6.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And, off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it at midfield.
Hey, high 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Opposite.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Breeze.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Ready. Yellow waiting. 12.
Check. 42's the mic. Check. 40.
Hey, Orbit. You ain't going nowhere.
On third and long, it's Breeze. Open man is Cameron Batson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. There's Breeze. Complete. It's Henry. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28.
First down, Chargers.
Ready. You ready?
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. 95-56, 95-56.
Watch twist.
Breeze now on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Ready. 95-56. Opposite.
Running on first down, Eckler. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Eckler. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come.
6-6, pull it high.
Let's 57's mine. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Watch twist.
Snap.
To throw again. Herbert. This one caught by Ridley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
He will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
8-3. Recon, 132 fighters.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Protein spill. Go.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the 1st half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
To throw on 3rd down, Herbert. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Parker unable to get that one. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 27, Breeze. They'll get this complete to Batson. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Ready? Under.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. On play action, it's Breeze. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Going on the ground with Eckler. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 45.
Check.
Now Breeze. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Going deep here for Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you've got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Oh, you got deep?
Throwing again. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
They're on 31-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
It is such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 45 is the mark.
5-9.
Coming this way. Here we go.
Go. 45. Easy. 20 seconds.
To throw is Breeze. It's Williams on the catch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Check 43. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Hey, Wahoo.
Lucky.
Now.
From the gun, Herbert. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Parker, the intended target. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
You can't block me. Switch. Check 99. Check 99. Check 24. Check 24. Rush in. Over. Rush in. SOS.
Once more, here's Eckler. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. He needed a... That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
1st down, Chargers.
Mike. Ready. 5-8. 36. Alpha.
942. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
5-8.
On first down, Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Breeze. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL,
and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he will take this down to the 10-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Check. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Switch.
They'll run here with Eckler, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
You got it.
Ready. Yellow lady.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Good. I'm full. Ready.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Cameron Batson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now in this drive after what happened on the last one.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Desmond King picks it, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Ready. 95-56.
Watch the screen.
Now Eckler, and it's a fumble. And the Falcons grab it, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Hey, Delta. Yo, speak them.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 30. Parker unable to get that one. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Exit. 4-2, Mike 4-2. He's tired of you. He's tired of us. Mike 42, Mike 42. Check, 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 check.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Benjamin's got it. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 44 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They run. Devontae Freeman. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Yeah. Leo. Mike.
To throw on second down. Herbert. Stocker's got it. Complete.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Back to throw. Herbert. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On first down, Herbert. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
5.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Yep.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Watch the slants. Wide.
Now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And the Chargers first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run on first down with Jackson, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Yellow lady, you kill.
Check 42's the mark.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
The Falcons take over first and 10.
We gon' work.
At their own 20-yard line.
Come on, set.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And this is Parker, complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
30 base.
52's the mic. I'm on. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready?
The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
At the 25-yard line.
Ready. You ready?
45.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for our visitors, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.